Karen's eyes were wide as she stared into the endless abyss that was Kai's eyes. So many questions ran through her mind all at once. Why did he stop her? What was wrong with him? Why was her heart beating so hard? Why was her skin tingling and burning where he touched her? She began to thrash and struggle against him. He released her, rising to his feet as if he had touched something filthy. Karen rushed out of the bed and raced to the nearest corner, pressing herself into it as much as she could. "What are you trying to do?" Karen said, fear lacing her voice. "What is even wrong with you? You hate me so damn much, and you won't even break the mating bond between us. What exactly do you?" "Strip." Karen suddenly heard the unexpected, the one word silencing her as she froze. What? A word of caution, I do not repeat myself. Karen stared at Kai. She scoffed, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. "Strip?" she shouted. "Who do you think you are to order me around? You don't actually expect me to obey that command, do you?" She folded her arms and rolled her eyes. 1 minute she was still talking, the next she felt his crushing grip on her jaw. Gasping for air, cold shivers trailing down her spine as Kai closed the space between them in a flash and grabbed her neck. His cold eyes burned with fury as he glared at her, his jaw clenched and his fingers digging into her neck with increasing pressure. "I'm your alpha, your master. You'll obey every damn word I mutter in just a second," he said, his voice dangerously cold, his eyes seething red. "If I say sing, you ask which song. If I say fly, you fly. If I say die, you die." She watched as his teeth gritted with anger, his eyes burning with fire. Karen choked, feeling her windpipe slowly get crushed by his anger. "Do you understand?" Kai asked. Karen nodded frantically. She just needed him to leave her. His hands on her neck made her see death itself. In that moment, she had no doubts that he would snap her neck like a toothpick. "You have 30 seconds. Immediately he left her neck, Karen coughed, spitting out blood as she struggled to gasps for air. Stepping back from her, Kai with an eye so cold and cruel watched her every move, like she was a prey in the hands of her predator. Her face burned red with shame and embarrassment as she batted her lashes together, trying as much as possible to avoid his scrutinizing gaze. Grabbing the hem of the nightdress she wore, her hands shivered as she took her clothes off. Even without being told, she could feel his hot gaze on her. It was as if it could pierce through her heart just like an arrow. She wished the ground would open and swallow her as she imagined the fact that her body was going to be on display for his full view, just like a museum. "Please," she whispered, deciding to try her luck, even though she knew that she had been witty earlier. "You have 15 seconds left," Kai said coldly. This was different. This was so different from what she was used to. Her father never asked her to strip. Yes, he did sometimes whip her till her clothes were torn, but this felt different. Kai was watching her. She wished he would look away. His eyes looked full of death. She found herself thinking that her father's eyes never looked this heartless and cold. "You have 5 seconds left." Kai's voice cut her form her thoughts. Karen started to cry. Silent sobs spilled from her lips as she grabbed the hem and pulled it over her head, eager to be done with it. Her face burned and tears made her eyes hazy. She looked down at her feet wishing it was over, but it hadn't even started. "Your father believed he was wise," Kai said, "hiding his offspring from the world because of his evil deeds. Yet look at you right now." Karen raised her head and stared him deep in the eye. If he was going to humiliate her, she might as well take it like the princess that she was. She nearly laughed. All her life she had denied being a princess, hating the title. And yet here she was, thinking of dying like one. "You have no idea the things I'm going to do with you," Kai said, a dark and sinister look on his face. "You will never break me." Karen spat back at him. "You might as well kill me right now." "Break you?" he scoffed. "I will make you wish for death." Karen clenched her fists. A cold wind blew in through the open windows, making her shiver. She felt her nipples harden, form the cold, a shiver running down her spine. Kai's eyes raked over her body. There was no emotion whatsoever on his face. No lust, no longing, nothing. It was like his face was a blank slate. Karen felt her stomach twist with a bunch of emotions. Shame, anger, fear, frustration. It pained her that he looked at her like she was a piece of furniture and not even a person. Did he really hate her that much? If he did, why did he ask her to strip? What exactly was he trying to do? Karen shivered again, the cold biting her bare skin. She rubbed her arms together, trying to generate some warmth for herself. Get over to the table. Kai spoke after a while. Bend over. Karen felt her heart stop. Bend. Oh, over. You have 10 seconds. I won't do that. Karen screamed. You can't do that to me. No one has. No one. No. No. I won't. She didn't get to finish her statement. A sharp pain exploded in her head. It felt like she had just gotten ran over by a truck. She screamed, her eyes going out of focus for a few seconds. Her eyes came to focus on the door that was strangely sideways. She tried to raise her head up, but a strong hand on her head forced her head back to the table. My goodness. She heard Kai's voice hiss in annoyance behind her. You talk too much for a slave. Fear gripped her heart as she realized the situation she was in. Kai had pushed her head into the table hard and fast, causing pain to shoot up her head. She felt his body pressed up against her back, her naked back. No, Karen gasped, fear trembling in her voice. She couldn't believe that this was how her first time was going to go. Not under the gentle touch of her eternal mate, but taken by a man who loathed her more than anything. Oh wait, he was her mate. How can you do this to me? Karen sobbed. Please download Novels Ago and search the code in the upper left corner to continue reading.